morning, my peoples. Welcome to Exploring the Car. It's a rainy Monday morning on my way to work, and I am running late, but it's all good. I wanted to talk about a topic that I was going to explain before that I find fascinating. Well, it's in my genetics and my lineage, so it's always been a fascinating topic for me. But this is still, some people call it a myth, but this is still alive today, and it has to do with what's taking place on our world and how we are getting our timelines and realities blended and bleeding through each other and all converging into one, and how these ancient entities from long ago are now manifesting once again and projecting things into the collective consciousness to help them manifest. And part of this is taking place in rituals and sacrifices and all of these things. And I want to talk about Lake Nemi in Italy, which is one of the best kept secrets of the Vatican and of, you know, ancient history. Not many people talk about this, or of Caligula and of the legend or history that goes along with this lake. Most mystical lakes, especially Lake Nemi, 19 miles from Rome, it's a volcanic crater with ancient water, the Alban Hills alongside the ancient woods, very sacred woods. And according to my family lineage, the lore associated with it, I don't know if I'm pronouncing the words right or names right, but Orestes and Egeria had to flee Greece. And Egeria was a priestess of Diana, the goddess Diana, who I feel is a giant. She was a giant. She is a giant. But she is an interdimensional being, like the Nephilim, who at times, if certain rituals, certain incantations, certain things are done on this physical plane, then they can push themselves into matter and manifest here. And they are gigantic in proportion to us. So Egeria and Orestes had to flee Greece. They were being accused of murder. And they established, her being a priest of Diana, they established a sacred grove next to Lake Nemi in honor of Diana. And within this grove grew a sacred oak tree, which no one would normally allow a branch to be harmed or broken from this tree. And it was almost impossible to break a branch off. This was a supernatural tree in many ways. Some called it the Axis Mundi, even the sacred tree of our earth. And if there was a runaway slave or a peasant or an outcast in the area, it would never be someone from that area. But if there was a runaway or someone like this, a runaway slave or someone like this, they would be able to challenge to be the king of the woods. Now, the king of the woods is interesting. There was a guardian of this grove that the priestesses of the grove would call the Rex Nemorensis, or King of the Woods. this Rex Nemorensis was a guardian. The hooded one, who sometimes would appear as a hooded figure in the forest, but when he was challenged, he would manifest into a giant, and he would have to feed himself, nourish himself, have sex with dozens of women, and he had a ravenous appetite for desires. And this guardian of the grove, every year someone could challenge him in a ritual combat to be king of the woods for a year, to be the Rex Nemorensis. The goddess Diana appointed the first king of the woods, the first Rex Nemorensis, as this being called Virbius. And a runaway slave, or a peasant, or someone, an outcast, someone who was most likely going to be jailed for the rest of their life or killed, would have the option of either facing their fate, punishment, or trying to break a branch off the sacred oak to be allowed to challenge, to be the king of the woods, to be the Rex Nemorensis. And this guardian, if this man or you know, this person would actually challenge Virbius or the Rex Nemorensis to be king of the woods and win, he would no longer have an identity. He would now be part of the forest. He would be the hooded one. A shape-shifting king of the forest, king of the woods. And most mystical lakes with woods alongside have legends of a lady of the lake and a king of the woods. The lady of the lake of Lake Nemi is called Egeria. And Egeria is part of what we call the Grigori. And she's a nymph. She's known as a consort of Diana, who is queen of the fairies, queen of the nymphs, queen of the woods, queen of witches. And Egeria is one of these nymphs, one of these people who are in charge of the Fae and the Fae realms and have direct interaction with the Grigori, or the Watchers of the Lake, the Watchers of Lake Nemi and the surrounding woods. And of all portals, Lake Nemi being a very important portal. And it is known that Caligula hired Roman soldiers to try to battle and challenge the Rex Nemorensis to be king of the woods. And Caligula went mad trying to claim this title and to break up the cult of Diana and this sacred grove of Nemi. And Caligula was known to have killed my ancestors for info regarding this lake, regarding the portal which resides beneath or within. There's rumored to be tunnels beneath the lake that go all the way to the Vatican, which is a 19-mile ride. And these mysterious. And Mussolini was aware of them as well. And this Lake Nemi has been kept a secret by most. And the Vatican has psychic guardians guarding the portals besides this lake. And they have Grigori that are directly working with the Vatican. The Grigori are ancient spirits, ancient artificial intelligence, Draco, what some call the Watchers. They are serpent in nature, but an artificial intelligence designed to protect portals and to protect information regarding portals and witchcraft or magic, whatever you want to call it, soul technology. And when I had my near-death experience in 1987, from then on, I just knew this information was downloaded to me that I could evoke or invoke these beings within my psyche if I took certain postures and put my hands in certain ways. I would see the posture in my mind. And if I wanted to call upon the Watcher of the East or the Watcher of the West or the Watcher of the North or all of, these Watchers of all the guardians of all the portals, I could evoke them within my psyche with certain postures. And I tried it when I was younger. And these beings appeared within my psyche in a loud, booming voice. And actually told me what my real magical name was to them. And it was a voice that I heard within my mind, a loud, booming, telepathic message. And these Grigori were said to look down on us and be the eyes of the night. The Persians passed this info down to the Etruscans, which ended up with my lineage. And they were known as the eyes of the night, the Watchers, watching from their watchtowers above. And there was watchtowers in all the main stars of old, like Aldebaran and Regulus. And all of these stars were known as the watchtowers. And the Grigori are known as the eyes of the night, watching over us, the Watchers. And the Grigori guard the Vatican Library. They guard the Vatican technologies that are hidden within their catacombs. And I gotta go into work. I'm about to pull up. But that is part of the story of Lake Nemi and the Rex Nemorensis. And I will continue this later because there's more to come with this, because I had a vision and a dream about this, that there was a new king of the forest. There was a new Rex Nemorensis, and his name was Spectrum Nemorensis, or Spectoral Nemorensis.
What was the first you...
And I'm sorry if I had that in the background. I had like the BBC on in the background. They were talking about in the BBC just before about some demon dance in Kathmandu, the Lucky Dance, which I found pretty fascinating. And we'll go way deeper into this next time. I talk about this topic, and we'll see you next time inside the Eye of Ra. Spiral out.